Hi friends, I'm Kim and welcome to Homestead Hopeful. This has been a little bit of a crazy week for me. My husband and I just celebrated our 17th wedding anniversary, which is wonderful. We also found out this week that my son will be going in for a tonsillectomy at the beginning or in the middle of next week. So next week I probably won't be putting up any videos. We will be staying overnight for it. Those of you that know us personally, feel free to send him a get well note or a card. I'm sure he will love that. I don't think that he'll be writing back anytime soon. Our homeschool is well underway, and I'm really glad that we started a week and a half early, because at this point he's going to miss probably that much school. Just because I'm not going to make him do schoolwork while he may not be feeling his best. Everything is starting to cool down here. It's only in the 60s today. It's definitely sweater weather, which I'm welcoming. I'm welcoming the slower pace in the garden because everything else in my life is sort of kicking up a gear and we're very busy. I don't really mind it getting colder out. I do have some lovelies that are still going on in the garden, so I will share those with you. Just want to take a moment to enjoy and take in this beautiful crown of red Malabar spinach. It's so beautiful. I did try some of the leaves. It's a little thicker than what I would like. I would imagine it would be pretty good if I had more salad greens to kind of spread it out with, but I don't have any right now. Sure is beautiful though. Here's another garden beauty. I definitely did not plant enough flowers. These cosmos are just looking absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure what kind these are because they came out of the same envelope as these, but they're clearly not the same. So I must have had some sort of genetic difference to get the two different varieties. But they sure are pretty. The cosmos are definitely the beauty of the garden right now. I don't have a whole lot else that is flowering. I've either topped them, the other plants, on purpose, or they're just not blooming anymore. So the nasturtium, this was inside the garden. I brought it outside, so it is looking pretty ragged. It doesn't have a whole lot of time left anyway. We have less than 30 days in this growing season. I'm in zone 6A, and our frost is somewhere around October 14th. However, the forecast for this weekend is showing that it might get down to freezing on Saturday. So this might be the last time I get to see these lovelies. My container honey nuts are doing very well. These guys are probably ready to get clipped off and sit outside for a while. I can't push my thumbnail into them, so they're definitely ready. They can come off. These guys are still green. I get two that are still green, but it's much larger. So that's nice personal size. I'm very happy with them. I will definitely want to grow them again next year. This one won't make it even if it does get pollinated, especially if those temperatures dip. That's okay. I do have some tomatoes that are still green. I think I might pull them off. I don't know. It just depends. Some people I've seen pull them off if it's going to get really low temperatures, and they take the tomatoes. That one's not a tomato, it's a cucamelon, just in case you don't know. Those are little cucamelons. If it does freeze, those will die as well. So I guess if it freezes, this is kind of my last look at everything. I still have some lovely peppers. Look at that. Nice. Oh, it's still trying to bloom. Look at you, you little overachiever. What a nice tomato there. I'm definitely running low on the tomato sandwiches. Look at this guy. Remember the other one that I had to pick because it was so soft? This one's nice and firm. It was about this size, maybe a little bit bigger, but completely black like this one. Although I think they consider this purple. It looks black to me. but I picked it because it was soft. So clearly it was just a fluke, because this one's doing really nice. It could also be because I trimmed back the tomatoes really well. But I have a nice amount of peppers that are still left. I even saw a couple baby banana peppers. Oh, look at that. So cute. If it freezes, they won't make it. Chinese 5-color. I think this one is the poblano, but I'm not entirely sure. This is the one that I topped a couple weeks ago. I think a week and a half ago now. Look at that. It obviously was a good move because it has helped them to develop and ripen. I'm still getting some tomatoes. Mostly the super sweets are taking over, which is fine. I expected them to. This is 2 plants in this garden bed and 1 in the bucket. Oh, actually I moved the bucket. The bucket's over there now. So I have 3 plants total of the super sweet 100s, and that was plenty for me and my family. I've dehydrated many. My beautiful strawberry plant. Still going along. I think that this can withstand a little bit of freezing temperatures as long as it doesn't stay cold for very long, but I'm not entirely sure. Once it does start to die back, I will protect it because I want it to make it through till next spring. So I will make sure that this is well insulated. So I still have that. This lavender never bloomed. I'm not sure why. The other one did. The one in my bucket did. Still smells really pretty though. I have lettuce that is going to seed. It might make it. I think it'll make it to seed fast enough. If so, I'll try to save these seeds because they were the last to bolt, and that mostly had to do with the woodchuck eating it down to very low, and then it grew back up. But either way, I'm going to try and save these seeds. I got dill. I cut the dill way off, and then it started. This was interesting. I honestly have no idea how you're supposed to cut dill, but I cut off the seeds so that I could save the seeds, and it left the stem, and I saw these little shoots on the side, so I thought, oh, maybe that'll grow. And look at it. It is. So that's kind of cool. It's going to have tiny little heads. I don't know how frost hardy dill is, so that might actually die too. Over there is my bucket of basil. I harvested a whole bunch of it yesterday. You can tell where I harvested it all. I mean, I cut it back pretty well because I figured, well, if it's gonna frost soon anyway, I want to make as much pesto as possible. So I made the pesto and just froze it into little cubes. And I've already tried it out. I thawed one out, put it in a skillet, warmed it up, added a little bit more butter and oil, and it is delicious. And boy, does it smell up the whole house. Makes the whole house so fragrant and beautiful. It does remind me of summer too, which will be nice mood lifter come January. So this might die too, and if it does, that's okay. I mean, I've got like, I can't remember what this is called. It's like leaf rust or something like that, or it's a mildew or something because of lack of air flow. You can tell the difference in the newer green leaves and these leaves. All the ones that I picked the other day were all nice and fresh and green. So the ones that are left are the ones that are struggling. This lavender is so beautiful. I just let it go ahead and flower. I wasn't sure what kind of insects it would attract. It's kind of low and behind the cosmos, so it hasn't attracted a whole bunch that I've seen. I'm sure I've missed a whole bunch of insects, but it's so pretty. I could probably still pick some of these before they bloom. The cucamelons, they look so beautiful and bushy and majestic on top. They're almost like a topiary. And on the bottom, they look so sad. This might be the kind of plant that it would be good to plant something underneath it, like the fall crops. Because by the time that the tops are big and beautiful and bold, they'll be trellising on something, and the bottoms won't be taking up any room at all. I wouldn't do it in these little containers, but if I had it in a raised bed, that might be the perfect way to do it. still putting off some little cucamelons. I picked a bunch the other day and pickled them, but we're definitely coming to the end of these guys too. Oh look, these are ready. Kind of surprised I'm still getting some, to be honest. They've been pretty good producers in the garden. I really did not think that my peppers would do much, so I am super impressed and surprised that they are even this big. I know that they're not going to make it to full size, obviously. Even if it doesn't freeze, we've got less than 30 days before it's definitely going to freeze, a heavy frost. So I know there's not enough time for them to completely develop, but I am very impressed, and I have a little bit more belief in myself that I can grow peppers. I just need to start them a little earlier because these guys, unfortunately, I didn't start soon enough, so they're not going to make it. But how lovely are they? I did get, what did I end up with? I think I got 1 pepper off of each plant. So I have 4 plants that are in the buckets that I potted, that I planted, that I started. So I got 4 of them. So it proves that I can do it. It can be done. I just need to start them earlier. Look at that. That is so pretty. All the colors. So I still have the peanut plant that has yet to really die back. So I'll be looking into that soon. And I'll probably do a video of that just to see how it turns out, because I am kind of excited to see how that goes. I have all the herbs, the mints that I did and the thyme that I planted, those are still doing well. I also have some more dill. I'm hoping to have a couple more tomatoes before everything freezes. I might pull them off a little early and let them ripen in the house. If it does look like it's gonna freeze this weekend, for sure I want to have those. I have some Swiss chard, I have some of the lettuces, but other than that, I didn't end up planting anything for fall really. The woodchuck ate a lot of the plant starts that I had started, so I'm kind of okay with it because I'm tired and I've got a lot going on, and with my son having his tonsillectomy, I know that we're going to be, you know, kind of busy, and I want to focus on him and not think about garden stuff. So fall is definitely coming, and I'll be thinking and planning for the spring, but otherwise that's it for me this week, guys. I hope your garden grows well. Bye bye.